Alright, we'll be getting started in just a minute or so. As the stream title says, we're going to be doing Mario Kart Double Dash Corruption. Alright, we are ready to go. It was, I think it's pronounced Frapp Snowland? No, this is from Mario Kart 64, remixed by Joshua Morse. And we're going to switch here to our Dolphin Corruption view. Anyone who's unfamiliar with how I do the things on the stream, how I do the corruptions, the entire time I'm going to be explaining things as I go along. I'm going to be producing something called a stockpile, where I'm going to make a bunch of corruptions that I enjoy, and after the stream I'm going to distribute those corruptions for anyone that would like to watch them. I did a little bit of preliminary work, just to make sure Double Dash works alright, so you'll see a couple save states here in the stash history. That's how we're going to be loading up our corruptions, and you'll see that in just a minute. I'm going to clear that out for the time being, though. And without further ado, we're going to pull up Double Dash here. Make sure the sound is alright. Yeah, that's alright. Not too loud. Also make sure I'm capturing it properly, which I'm not here. Give me a sec here. As soon as you hit that start streaming button, I swear there always is a problem. You know, I see here. Yeah, I'm not showing the screen. Am I in public? Oh, I should be in public. Thank you for the heads up on that. No, I gotcha. Thank you, Wasabi. I appreciate that heads up. Let me see here. I'm having trouble getting Dolphin displayed up. Nope, that's not happy. You know, try that again here. Because I have a variable FPS, which Dolphin never seems to like, unfortunately. Or neither does OBS, I should say. Go ahead and mute the desktop audio for the time being until I get this figured out. Man, alright. Sorry about this so far. I know it's probably going on, it's probably the graphics renderer. I am probably using, yep, Direct3D when I should be using OpenGL. Let me go and do that real quick. Fingers crossed OpenGL works alright. Hey, there we go. Okay, great. I have no clue what I did differently, but it's working. So, let me turn on audio again. Just skip the pass here. Okay. Got me kind of working in the end. Let's begin here. To start off, I'm just going to be in the time trial menu. I'd like to just corrupt the character selection screen. For the Windows Glitch Harvester, which is the corruptor that we're going to be using, that's here on the left. Specifically, we're going to be targeting save states. That's how this corruptor is going to work. So I'm going to create a quick save state here. I'll run my previous one. And now if we load that save state, we're going to go on the menu screen. I actually didn't create a perfect one, but still, we're still in the menu screen, so it should be alright. We're going to target that one. And I got most of the engine set up. You can't see what's going on, but I'm using the vector engine to affect the vectors of the game. We have an intensity here at the top. We can change that intensity depending on how big we want the corruption to be. We can change the starting address depending on where in the realm we'd like to corrupt. At the beginning, we usually run into a lot of crashes, so I'm going to up this a little bit further, just because we don't want to mess with how the actual game functions behind the scenes. And lastly, I'm not going to be messing with blast range, but this is how large the range I would like the corruption to go over. So we're just going to start blasting the target here. Immediately you'll see in the stash history here, an item appear. It's just the save state that we had corrupted, and it automatically loads it as well. So we don't see anything going on with the menu at the moment. Nothing really changed. So we're just going to keep moving along until we notice some corruption going on. Go ahead, one back there. Some coloration on the screen, kind of neat. What I do for these streams is I try to find ones that I really enjoy, I really like, and I throw them onto the stockpile here. And after the stream is finished, I'm going to upload that stockpile in case you want to play it later on. It's a little tricky with GameCube corruptions, or with any Dolphin corruptions, I should say, because I need to provide the save state with each stockpile. So I'll see how I would go about that. We'll figure it out. I'm going to up the intensity a bit since we're not seeing too much yet. Higher intensity means the corruption will take a little bit longer to load. That should be alright. We do have a huge Peach and huge Daisy here, but outside of that, not too much going on. Mario squeaks. Also, let me adjust that game capture a little bit. Like it's a tiny bit off. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. This one we get some missing characters. Luigi, baby Luigi we can't select at all. Bowser has some kind of kneecap problem, that's all I'm going to call that. Anyone else? Car's all messed up on that one. Not too much outside of that. Alright, we'll keep moving along. No sound, and Koopa is extended both into heaven and to hell. super big car for Peach only. Ooh, that's her skirt. Jesus. Okay, that's kind of funny. As a first corruption, I usually don't keep ones like this, but we can demonstrate what we do with corruptions that we like. So I'm going to do something called sanitizing the corruption. And let me make sure that window appears properly. No, I'm going to have to capture it for just a moment here. There we go. So this is the Blast Editor. And what we do with the Blast Editor is we use it to sanitize our corruptions. You should always sanitize your corruptions, just until you have the exact corruption narrowed down to the full memory rights. Doing that will help stability in the game in case someone wants to play it after the fact. You don't have as many memory rights, so you can re-roll the corruption to different effects for that one singular corruption, stuff like that. In order to do so, we randomly disable half the memory rights that we send to the ROM. We're going to do that. You'll notice some of these have X's that were removed. And then we're going to see if the corruption persists after we load it without this half selected. It's a little tricky because we have to select Peach every time, but in this case we see the corruption persists. So now we can remove the excess memory rights that we had on the stack. In essence, removing the extra fat that we don't need. It takes a little bit longer for me to run between each corruption. Unfortunately with Dolphin is you can't accept background input, so if I have a different window that's focused, I need to go back and focus the emulator specifically in order to continue playing it. We're just narrowing down the blast layer now. You'll see the size is 416, small text up there. And we just want to get that down to like 1 or 2, if possible. Notice in this one the corruption doesn't persist, so we're just going to invert the ones we disabled. And in the other half of that, it does persist, so we can remove now. And I won't explain so much anymore, I'll just kind of run through it quickly. So actually in this one we don't have the gigantic car. Since we're just going for the skirt corruption, I'm going to keep this one. If we wanted, we could keep both corruptions there. It's a little harder to narrow down specifically which two. Now you're looking for 2 corruptions. But in this case, it's probably just going to be 1 memory, right? Okay, we're almost there. We're down to 26. What's that famous movie star who like had a photo shoot where she walked over an air grate in New York, whatever? The name of her. Alright, so we have a single instruction that writes to memory that creates this effect. We're going to send that to the stash down here. And now this one on the stash right here. Editor window. Match title or none. And hide. Okay, cool. Oh, OBS. Okay, give me just a second here, sorry about that. There we go. So now from stash history we can throw this onto the stockpile. Let's give it a name like... I can't think of anything for this one, but Peaches skirt. Peach walks over subway. I don't know who that actress is. We'll do that. Now we can load this corruption, and if someone were to have the save state and they're loading the stockpile, they can see the same effect if they select Peach. That's how we're going to continue in this fashion for the remainder of our corruptions. We can also try re-rolling this corruption to see if we get a different effect if we change the variable rewrite to that source address, the blast editor. What I mean by that is if you look at, it's a little confusing to look at, but this source address here, 256 is a source address in memory. We write a variable to. That variable that we set is C4000000. It's just a hexadecimal, right? What we can do is we can re-roll the value that we send to that source address to see if we get a different effect. Be it another Peach effect, be it changes something else in the game, something along the lines of that. So, I'm going to re-roll and inject immediately. And we can check Peach again. Actually, in this case, we get an inverted current example, so our skirt goes upwards instead of downwards. And this corruption is starting to seem kind of pervy. So I'm going to continue along, actually, and we're going to blast some new corruptions. Up our intensity some more. Actually, it's taking a little bit in between each corruption. I'm going to lower the intensity, but change the starting address a little bit. You have a forewarning, anyone who's watching the stream. If you are sensitive to flashing lights or images, I warn you not to watch the stream. Corruptions will have a lot of flashing lights and images and sounds of loud nature, so forewarning for the entire stream. Avoid it if you can. In this case, we have a very tiny baby Luigi. And it seems anyone that you put in that slot, it overwrites where he is. It's kinda neat. Great if it transferred over to the game itself. I don't think it will though. Let's check real quick. What happened to Luigi? He like stretched. He stretched based on the character. Wait, let's do Waluigi. Oh, he's always the same. Okay. Ah, that was loud. All right. We just have no characters. Okay. Alright, cool. Continue along. Do some more mini corruptions, and then we'll move on to the actual races. A bit of an auditory. Ooh, let me turn that down on the stream. It's loud in my ears. A whole different instrument. God. Awful. God, look at Mario. It's like Mario. Mario must have the bigger tile. He's the star of the show. Let's move the starting address some more. Audio in 1 year, or at least kind of bothers me. The other ear needs audio. We're gonna skip that one. That blue light at the top, it looks like the police are coming. change the starting address some more, move it a little bit forward. Not bad, not bad. There's something to be said about just leaving Luigi in the void. It's sad, really. Oh god! Wait, is it just Baby Mario? Oh, I wish that effect was permanent. Are those your feet? Wait, I'll go back. I want to see those. I hope those are feet. I thought they were. I thought it was her mouth at first. I was like, Jesus, are those teeth? No, I think they're feet. Hope they're feet. Wait, she stays like this though. Ooh, what happens if we drive? Does this actually affect her sprite? Oh, shoot. She doesn't. Oh. Only when you drive. Oh, shoot. She doesn't have red shoes, so that must be like her teeth or something. Well, anyways, that was a good one. Gotta move along though. Oh yeah, from solo. Does she have an auto shadow? Looks like she's like. Oh, they all kind of have that. Alright. Oh, God! Oh, that was so loud in my ear! And she is upside down. That's a good point, too. I gotta turn the audio down on my end. Thank God I have a limiter for you guys. I don't know what that is. It's like a theremin that's just stuck. Oh, boy. God. Mario's tiny. Oh no, it doesn't stick. Shoot. Try upping the intensity just a tiny bit to 30,000. This is just like a dark theme. Filled with a sense of foreboding. You're not Baby Mario. Yeah, I might keep this one. That's pretty quality. Does it stick? Oh, stick at all. Just wheels. Oh, all right. I kind of like this one. Let's see if it affects any other players. Shoot. Oh, he has like skin stuck to him. God. No one else though. Why just Baby Mario? That's strange. Hey, I like it. Yeah, we can throw this on the stockpile. So we're gonna open the blast editor and we're gonna do the same as before. Just disable half of these until we have the corruption that persists. Every time we do have to select Baby Mario again, so make sure it's still there, and then we can remove the excess fat from this blast layer. Apologies if I'm a little slow at this. Not accepting background input can be tricky to work with. Shoot, I messed that one up. I'll open that one more time. Actually, hey, Wasabi, do you have a moment? What's up, Wasabi? I was curious, do you know if Dolphin accepts background input? So if the window isn't in focus, can I still control the game? Is there a setting for that? I don't know if that exists. I was hoping it was. I don't think I found it when I quickly glanced through the settings. Yeah, there might be a setting. Shoot, okay. No, this Hawk is the emulator I use for real-time corruptions, and that accepts background input, and that is a godsend. Yeah, it still does play, which I accepted, I know that would be called, it would be like background, it's a positive task, but I need input as well. Sometimes it supports it, I get it often doesn't. Okay, we're almost center, 15 left. Yeah, no, neither have I. And he actually like has a full fist and everything. A little flat. I'm just his socks on. Does one have it? I don't think I've ever wanted to see his fist that close up. There we go. We have our single write instruction to memory. Send it to the stash. Ooh, I didn't think of a name. Have a name, Wasabi. Maybe Mario Giganto. Maybe Mario grows up. I'm awful at naming these. Okay, better at that. There we go. Yep, maybe Mario grows up. We're gonna try re-rolling that corruption, see if we get a different effect out of it. In this case, we immediately do. We have an upside down Baby Mario that's still huge. Let's try it again. We actually have a reasonably sized Mario. You know, I almost want to keep this one because it's more obvious that he's there. Let's do that. Let's throw this on the stockpile instead. About the same, Baby Mario grows up. And we'll delete the older one because he's a little too big in that one. So now, too much work to play. Perfect, love it. Let's try rerolling it a little bit more, see if we get anything else out of it. Is he down there? It's like a really tiny Mario. Do you see that? What's wrong with him? Alright, we will move on. I'm still going to corrupt at this address, so I'm liking the results of this. upside down daisy. Also highly inappropriate. And it needs more cowbell. More cowbell and I'd be happy. This is not with turbo on, this is just the normal menu speed. It just sounds like it has turbo. There are a lot of Bowser corruptions. He is messed up. A lot of these. I feel bad for him. Try going kind of close to the starting address. If we crash, this will be good. Okay. I just want to make sure we don't lose the stockpile. There's a crash, I was waiting for it. Be careful riding towards the beginning of memory because that's crash heavy territory. The only downside for crashing at the moment is the OBS to recapture the window. Okay, we'll be quicker at that at some point. Oh, you don't want to capture it now, do you? There we go. Okay, wait. Cancel. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're not going to stay in crash territory just for that reason. Our save state is still loaded, so we can actually just jump straight to it. Get a nice auditory corruption. Oh, what is wrong with Peach's neck? Oh, I wish I would stay. It's so bad. I love it. I hope it stays if we try playing it. No, sadly. That was fantastic. No, I'm not going to keep it, but I hope we see more of that. I like the music for this one too. I keep saying it. I want to make like a full-fledged, soundtrack with just corruptions. Like, corrupt it maybe 50 times just with audio corruptions. Throw together a soundtrack for a game of corrupted soundtracks of the game. One of these days. I have a lot of time on my hands. Yeah, that last one. Yeah, I think we're mostly in the auditory corruptions, the area within memory. That's kind of cool with the Dolphin corruptions, GameCube corruptions, because you can kind of guess where the memory is stored. In this case, mostly all the audio, or at least the music files for the menu screen, is kind of around this range. We can try going a little bit higher. It's, I think, where we start getting some of the model corruptions, which is what I'm aiming for at the moment. Oh, that is so loud! Stop. Still bad. Let me turn down the stream. I apologize. It's loud for me. I have a limiter on the stream. Oh, it sounds like death. Death in a dumpster. Jesus. Like you're scanning them. Mario scanned. Luigi scanned. Okay, there's definitely still some more audio in this area. It's on the screen. No, it's dead. The last one, yeah. Oh, baby Luigi is dead. Baby Luigi is lost in the void until someone joins him. Waluigi. He looks so sad too, and then all of a sudden, he pops out of existence. There he is, really tiny. Look how tiny he is. Adorable. Oh my god, they're both tiny! Some interesting music. The piano? Toot. Sad toot. There's so much wrong. Okay, why is Daisy's voice a man? Is Peach's voice a man? Yeah. Peach and Daisy actually just have men's voices. Roberto. Yeah, Roberto. Let's come ahead a little bit more. Take it out of the audio range. One big wheel. That sounds like the intro melody to Animal Crossing. Almost. I'll find that model sweet spot again. I don't think let's go like outside the range. I don't think we're having any corruptions in this latter part, so it might be like map corruptions and stuff like that. Let's go models or start towards the beginning, but not at the beginning. I think I read a fanfiction about this. I regretted it. Oh, why is Bowser always so bad? God. Yep. Bowser is still very messed up. Fractals. Ah, shoot, crash. I'm kind of playing with that starting area too much. I gotta knock it back. I think the models are in there, though. That's where I'm aiming. Oh. Messing with surround audio hurts my ears so much. Wow, there's not even sound on this one. When the guys appear, they don't even make noise. Just him and his cart. I think Gong is the best in this case. Oh boy. Alright. I want to save this one. Let's sanitize it. The trick with sanitizing this is there are probably a multitude of corruptions going on. If I were to break it down, I see the characters appearing and then immediately disappearing. That's one corruption. The music being gone is a corruption. The screen being painted black is probably another corruption. A lot of things going on there, so sanitizing this corruption might be pretty difficult to do. Always try it though. In this case, we're good to go, so we at least cut it in half. However, I don't want the music, so I don't want this. I'm going to randomly reroll my corruption. Again. We're just getting unlucky half the time. I disabling the wrong half. Here we go, this one might be up. Another half down. Good. And I'm almost inclined to leave it here. Just throw it on the stash, but see if we can push it a little bit more. Okay, I may have accidentally... Yeah, I accidentally forgot to check for the one where they disappear. That's alright. Well, we will call this good. Well, actually, we're almost at the end anyway, so we can keep corrupting this one. Or removing the excess fat on this one, I should say. So they were 3 corruptions. It's tricky to balance 3. Sometimes you just get unlucky when you're doing the disabled ones. In this case, we actually just have 2 memory writes, so we'll enable both of those. Enable everything, and send that to the stash. On the stash, we can call it Luigi's Void. And from that, we can re-roll it, see if we get a print effect. That's kind of a cool effect. We had one similar earlier, we could decide not to keep. I dig the music though. Oh, that's a weird one. Cut the screen in half. Huh, how about that? You know what we're probably doing? We're resizing that window. That's why it was all black. It was just either like resized in the wrong direction or resized a different way. Anyway. Alright, I'm happy with the results on that. Let's do some new corruptions. Same kind of peach crust corruption going on in that one. Maybe a sort of common one. At the very end of the range. Curious what's over there. And I'm not seeing anything happen there, so it must be towards the beginning that we get at least model corruptions. Ah, I risked it. Crash territory. Gotta play it safer. Or at least smaller intensity. Give that a try.
Waluigi. Waluigi.
I don't know why Waluigi's louder than everyone else, but he is. Okay, I'm gonna try just for one go. Excuse me. Switching from the vector engine, which just affects specified values within the vector engine, to the nightmare engine, which usually has very bad results, and it usually crashes instantly, but I want to give it a try. Yeah. Yeah. That crashes right away. Go use the nightmare engine. Man, I got 3 instances of Dolphin running, none of which actually work. Close those down. I'm using Neri's mod on a version of Dolphin. It's a little quirky, to put it simply. Oh, I hit escape instead of my hotkey. Shoot. Gonna load on stream? I don't think you are. Shoot. Cursed it. Cursed it with that nightmare engine. Can't use the nightmare. It is awful for creating corruptions. Let's see here. What really bothers me is when I can't just point OBS at Dolphin and say, load that. I have to keep reloading this until I get it going. I'm so sorry for people that have to listen to Nintendo 20 times. Come on, you see the window. Aw, OBS. You silly program. Sorry, it's gonna take me just another moment here. Oh, it's so bad. I gotta figure this out for future golfing emulations. Oh, I will never not hate this. And this alone makes me very much want to switch to XSplit. Because I cannot get this working. I cannot get this working, I swear. Go. We're gonna try something else. This this window, you're gonna display capture? No, you're not. Shoot. I know it doesn't like DirectV as a backend renderer, but oh yeah, that's great. Hi, Dolphin. That is not what I want at all. Let's see. Let's try OpenGL, because last time that seemed to work last minute. I'm gonna give that a go real quick. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna call the stream there, because I gotta figure this stuff out for future. Okay, crash there. It happened last time. Yep, okay, there we go. God, I don't know why that works. Using OpenGL and switching back to Microsoft 3D 11 forces it to work. Yeah. Anyways, adjust this window a tiny bit. Okay, we're good to go. Let's continue here, I guess. Oh, immediate crash. Alright. I don't have the best of luck today. Let me, before I forget, change the starting address way over here. Okay, good. We're a little too far from the beginning, so you have to move a little bit closer, unfortunately. That should be good. Very tiny menu screen. That's a neat and creepy one. Yeah, let's keep it. I also am curious, yeah, what happens when you start the game? Just the music in general is fucked up. Otherwise everything works alright. Alright, let's save this one. I don't want to sanitize this corruption really, but we'll give it a go. Mostly because I don't want to lose the effect here. We're going to keep an eye out for the music corruption and the visual corruption. For example, there we lost the music, so we're going to re-roll. Alright, we're down to 62. Almost done here. Okay, since we keep re-rolling and it's not, I guess, one or both corruptions, we're just manually enable these here. Okay, that one I just selected was the visual corruption. I'm going to try disabling some now. We don't have the music corruption anymore. It was one of those two I just enabled, so I'm going to disable everything now. I know it's this one, and it's one of these. Let's try this. Not that. Okay, there's one right below it. Right, there we go. Now we have memory rights that produce this effect. We'll send that to the stash, and on the stash we'll call this Purgatory. Am I spelling that right? Purgatory. Yeah, cool. Okay. And from there we're going to try re-rolling that corruption to see if we get different effects from it. We got a creepier sounding one. I kind of like the more somber version though, so let's continue. Also not a bad one. I like the light thing that's going on here. I prefer the fog though, more Silent Hill-esque. Alright, we'll continue along with some new corruptions. Everything's all stretched out. That's an ugly sound, listen to that. I hate the sound of that. It sounds awful. I like this, it's like slow-mo, but it's also kind of dark. I don't know what you would name that. Oh, it persists too. Not slow-mo, but everyone's sound effects are slow. Oh god. Alright, let's keep this one. Alright, we're looking for... not this. That's what we're looking for. We want the very slow effects and the messed up music. I'm going to try to keep both of those if possible. Okay, almost down. Almost done, I should say. The blast layer is size 30. Maybe just a couple more tries here. Actually, it was just one effect. One memory rate created this awful sound. Need to know. We're gonna send that to the stash, and on the stockpile, we're gonna call it slow-mo voice. No. What do you call this? Slow voice? Need a name generator. We'll call it. It's called slow voice, and I can't think of anything else cleverer than that. Let's try rerolling that corruption. If this had the voices still slow, this is almost more tolerable. But the voices, unfortunately. Okay, this actually I prefer, so I'm going to throw this on the stockpile and call it the same. It doesn't have that loud, disturbing sound effect at the beginning either. There we go. A nice corruption out of that. That's why it's useful to both sanitize and re-roll your existing corruptions. And with that, I think we are ready to begin gameplay. I would prefer to do gameplay actually. So, let's do 1cc, 100cc. We're going to do Luigi and Luigi. Luigi and Bowser. Although, with the nice car. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do... I don't actually have a preference here. Let's do... Okay. I'll make a save state as soon as we start. We can corrupt from that point on. Actually... There. Yeah, that's what I prefer. I want it to be after starting because I don't have to wait every time. Okay, cool. I'm gonna real quick drive a lap. I use push to talk, so I'm gonna take my hand off the keyboard. Okay, I'm bad at avoiding cards. Cards, I've established that. Let us start corrupting. Oh, I have to... Okay, so before I forget, Windows Glitch Harvester works a little bit different with the corruption, so I can't keep the same stockpile. I need to now save the stockpile. I'm going to call this, Mario Kart Stock 0. And I believe that actually throws the save state in it, but I'll have to look into that later. Now we're going to browse and select my next save state. I have to search for it. Give me a sec here. There we go. I've now selected a new save state that clears our stash history and our stockpile, which is okay because we made a copy of our stockpile, so no worries there. I had two. Mario Kart. Oh, I made a SNES one last night, that's right. I have to be sure to distinguish those two. I have to upload that SNES one. I haven't done that yet. Pull OBS back up here. Okay, cool. We're ready to go. Now if we blast target, it should load up. In-game, it does. Great. Okay, why is Wario huge? It's too bad it's only temporary, because I almost want to throw this on the stockpile, because that's... Well, no, he keeps doing it. Okay, throw it on the stockpile. I'm not going to... Don't want to sanitize this. I'm not going to sanitize it. I'm going to say keep up with Wario. And the reason why is because we have to drive so far in order to see that effect, and we have to wait a little bit. And I'm bad. There's no background input for Dolphin, which is a little worrisome. So we're just gonna leave this as is. It's glorious as it is, and we'll move on. Hey, what's up, bullshit? How you doing? Good to see ya. Some decent fractals going on. Oh, this one... Oh, we messed with the controls. I drive forward, it drives me backwards. Yeah, you came in a great time. We just started, what's even happening here? Just started racing. Alright, that's fantastic, and you brake to go forward. What are they even doing? They're just vibrating. I love it. Everything about this is just fantastic. Okay, this one has some decent fog or Silent Hill going on. Oh yeah, no worries. The void beckons. This one has no music and... What are we doing? Oh, we're ascending! Yeah, I'm debating. I kind of want to keep this one because I think, or what if you drive forward, this happens. Okay, cool. Or you get stuck in the ground. All right. Yeah, all right. I want to throw this on the stockpile. Trippy effect though. Call this something like drive to ascend. Oh wait a minute. Someone in the background do that too? Someone in front of us? Yeah, look at Diddy! He just goes straight up. Oh boy. Also doesn't like it. Oh wow, we can actually go forward too. Until we hit a wall. Alright, let's do some more corruptions here. There's something very wrong with Bowser's arms here. He's looking to clothesline all the other drivers. Okay, I got a set of kneecappers on the right side. Also, what is Daisy doing? Wait, why is she hopping around? Wait, let's reload that. Daisy's in Infinity Hop, and I have a set of kneecappers. Don't believe it. Alright, let's throw this on the stockpile. I'm just gonna call this kneecappers. You can discover the easy yourself there. Yeah, mostly it seems normal there. Okay, other than the jarring sound effect, mostly normal. Everyone ascends in this case. Oh, I ascend! I actually almost like this one better than the drive to ascend one. Keep this one. I'm gonna throw this on top. You can't do too much, but it looks nicer. We're gonna remove that previous one. And we'll throw this on top. Drive to ascend. Okay, great, and then from there we can re-roll it, see if we get anything else out of it. Got a pulsating ditty. Oh boy! And you're driving on some very uneven roads. I guess, yeah, we'll call this, like, roads need repaving. Need paving. It's well repaving. Yeah. And we'll check growing some more. That gave us a great effect. Some more vibrations. Is that Diddy's head? Wait. Gotta see that some more. I don't know, it looks like just a small little fractal going into the sky. You want to go swimming, but all you got is concrete. Did we got jammed into the... No, what happened here? There are two of us. Wait. I can't do that again. Oh, they're just playing the same characters. Okay. That was just one thick car. Look at that. Ow. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Jesus. I can see Wario's distinct figure though in the distance. Looks like the Macy's Day Parade. One of our wheels? It is one of our wheels. It only rotates when we rotate. Tank treads. Oh, that sounds atrocious. Jesus. Yeah. What's going on here? Speed is hitting over 100 miles an hour. Bowser's nowhere to be found. He's like, oh god, what is even happening with Bowser? It's like 0 to 180 in less than a millisecond. That 0 to 180 in 0.01 seconds. Love it. And the Bowser attached to the card is a nice addition for that. God. Let's try re-rolling that corruption. Had like a nice metallic look to it. Like a, I don't even know what to describe this. It looks neat, though. It's like if this was the beta footage for the game. Don't quite have the colors down or anything like that. The general shape of the map. Item boxes don't work. You fall through the level, just like a beta. Let us throw that on. Mario Kart beta. And reroll some more. This one, everything's just made of dots. Ooh, my computer can't handle it either. Handled exception. Continue. Okay, we cannot control. And Bowser extends well beyond the cart. I never even thought I could look this messed up. That's just bad. In a very good way. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's art. It's so consistent art. There's Bowser's head spinning. Oh, the audio is so choppy too. Man. What have I done? What's up, bullshit? Got some interesting stuff so far. Yeah. Had a decent one. We had Mario Kart Beta, which is working. Oh, this one's just the 180. Yeah, things got kind of bad. Reroll, I think this one. Let's see. Go to 180, reroll, get some different effects out of this. Yeah, that's a messed up ROM. Okay, your game should never sound like this. If it sounds like this, there's something wrong. You need an exorcist for your cartridge. What is this? I don't even recognize what these shapes are. Waluigi screaming makes it so much better. Oh man. It really has. I can't believe they released it with this shape. Kid started crying when he played it. I don't know. Nintendo, you're going downhill. Shape. I don't have any better of a name for this. It is kind of boring. Oh, it's a very good point. God. Had a Mario and Mario Kart. I would play that. That'd be amazing, to say the least. I want to re-roll that one a little bit more. Let's re-roll this one some more. Oh, it's almost playable. Yeah, definitely feel free. That was horrifying. So we just rotate. Bowser's green for some reason. I rated sin. Oh god, I did. There's so much wrong with it. How is you to gonna send that off? I don't know how he can live with himself at night. Oh boy. Little boundary break there. Little teleportation there. If you're in 12th place, you get the Katamari Ball. The ultimate power-up. Oh man, graphic on those cars, that's crusty. That's some quality crust. Alright, let's do a fresh corruption. We've been re-rolling the same one for a little bit here. Try to see if we can get something else interesting. That big Wario. Oh, I want to look at his face. Oh no! I clipped through this guy. Eddie, what are you doing? I want to catch up to Wario. They're ramming into him! Oh no! He has a lot more than problems. He's got probably, wait, what's going on here? Oh god, I almost saved them, but I got caught in them in the end. Look at Mario! He looks so disturbed. Also, is he screaming like Peach? I don't even know where to begin. Oh boy. Alright, let's re-roll a little bit more. Got a nice set of... Oh man. It's a clusterfuck. Oh, it's so loud! Okay. Turn it down on my end. Oh, thank god I have a limiter on the stream. Is this like infinite item box? It is. Oh man. Oh, it ended. Oh, thank god. Now I only hear the sound of death ever increasing. Okay, I like this one. I want to see if it repeats after I cross the finish line, though. Yeah, it looks like it. Look at that. It's like a wall of item boxes here. Item minefield, if you will. Alright, let's throw that on the stockpile. Item minefield. Item box minefield. I got so many videos. They can always feel free to rewatch them later. Oh, it's so bad. Wait. No, I don't mind at all. Because you get to talk to the specific people. Also, what is Bowser doing? What is wrong with his legs? Oh my god. Oh, I can control him with the steering. Oh, now I'm stuck in the bus though. Reload that. Oh, there we go. He's hanging 10. He's got legs that were made for walking. I was gonna say boots, but he's not wearing boots. Okay. No more truck. Oh, also these guys are kind of freaking out. His legs, yeah, right? Wasabi is a Bowser main, so I'm sure he appreciates this. Oh man. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's the item box. It's inside the mushroom. Alright, let's re-roll that one. Okay, oddly normal. Some smaller lights. I think I was meant to add you. I'm not sure if I had done that yet, but thank you. I appreciate it. There is a lack of corruptions. There's a category for corruptions, and I occasionally would go to the category, but no one would hop in it. Eventually I started doing retro instead, because these are still retro games. I feel like people would enjoy seeing the corruptions for them. So I kind of got like a lance going on. There is, I think I've only ever seen like one person in it. I think retro is just the better scene, and there's a lot of people in retro who are all pretty chill, so that's usually where I choose to host after I finish the stream. True that. Some awful fire effects going on there. Alright, let's try upping our intensity a tiny bit. Get a little bit of a larger corruption. I still don't want to mess with the starting address yet, because I want to keep this having a good string of corruptions here. Yeah, that had an immediate effect. Alright, there's no ground now. Oh, there's something very wrong with Wario's face. I'm gonna try to keep up. Oh, he's gone now. Alright, let's try rerolling that one. Actually, I don't like the floor missing effect as much. I'm using something called the... Actually, what I normally do... Let me read the rest of yours. What I'm using for these corruptions, I fooled around with corruptions a while back. I had several Windows/programs to get it to work. It was an interface mess. Amen to an interface mess. What I highly recommend, and I'll actually link it in chat, the real-time corruptor, which you're going to be using the BizHawk emulator for it, which is a good way to start. You can do NES, SNES, GBA, Game Boy Color, all that. Just link for that. That's a good place to start. It's just with the real-time corruptor. That's what most of my videos are about, the real-time corruption, so if you want to go back and look at those, you can feel free. And I explain my process of how I create corruptions almost every time. There's a couple of videos on it as well. That teaches you just the basics. This is sort of a modified version of that. It's called the Windows Glitch Harvester, which is the same basis as the real-time corruptor that I linked. They're very similar in nature. But this works specifically for GameCube and Wii corruptions, whereas the real-time corruptor works for all the older systems. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, feel free to shoot me a PM. I am happy to help out. Alright, we're going to try a fresh corruption here. Oh, yeah, just blackness. Got an odd camera angle here, too. Huh. But yeah, for sure. I specifically, like, I've watched, I don't know if you're familiar with Blind Sauce, he does corruption streams, and that's the one where he primarily does most of his streams through. Got a big wheel in this case. Yeah, for his older streams, he uses the real-time corruptor. And with Game Boy Color especially, or Game Boy, just regular Game Boy, you'll get some fantastic corruptions out of it. SNES, some great corruptions. NES, all are fantastic systems to corrupt. When you start approaching like N64, you start running into problems. 3D is a little hard to mess with. This one's 3D, but we're using a specialized version. Also, God, look at some of these characters. I like the one big wheel. I think there's a movie or a game that has like a giant wheel like that. Bring back memories. Can't remember the name of it though. Okay, try a fresh one. Might start messing with the starting address a little bit. Wait, see that model. Okay, I'm very surprised they passed the overhang limit, but hey, yep. Just a gigantic long casket. So for this one, I'm using a modified version of Dolphin, the Dolphin emulator. This is Dolphin Nary's mod, and I can actually link you another bit. Grab that. Dolphin Nary's mod. And there's a wiki that explains all that. Yeah, here we go. If you read through this bit here, I'll get you started for corrupting 3D games, specifically GameCube and Wii. That is using exactly the same setup I actually have here, so it's using the Nary's mod version of Dolphin, along with the Windows Glitch Harvester, which is included in the Real-Time Corruptor Sock Combo edition. It all explains it in there. We are going to re-roll. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I hope it goes well. I'll keep an eye on your streams if you, let me know if you ever decide to do some corruptions as well. Keep an eye anyways, because I saw you doing Bully, which is fantastic. Dobby, if you didn't know, this guy did some awesome, what would you call it? You called it trash games, was it? Or, it's bad ports in general. They're fantastic. Sorcerer's Stone, Bully, good quality stuff. And yeah, that scholarship edition of Bully. Oh man. This one, the camera's upside down. Can we still drive? Oh, we still can! Okay. It's just disorienting. Yeah, let's throw this on the stockpile too. We will call this Upside Down Wolf? Yeah. Not getting very clever with my naming conventions, but it works for the time being. We got a huge column. Oh, I kind of like the outside sky. I just noticed it has like a nice night sky theme to this. Yeah, they're a little tricky to explain. I can usually do a lot better when I'm doing the real-time corruptions to explain those. For this one, let's see if I can explain it simply. For this, we have a save state. That save state is just a clean version of the game, which is here. And we take the data in this save state specifically, and that data is laid out in memory with a bunch of source addresses, and we can actually look at all the source addresses. This, for example. Here's one of the corruptions that we created in what's called the blast editor. And it's a little hard to see, but you're going to see Dolphin, then a number. A number is the source address within memory that we're writing to, followed by a command, which is set in this case, and it sets a value at that source address. And that's essentially what corruptions are. It's changing the data that's in memory to a specified amount. And often it's a little trickier to explain, but if I were to open up, which I think I have it here in my scenes. Oh no, I don't have it here, never mind. You're changing what's in memory, to put it very simply. If you watch any of my just normal SNES streams, you'll see kind of how we manipulate. Actually, I had a really good one. Let me pull it up. It was my last stream, I believe, for Mario Kart. Oh man, everything's loading a little bit slower. Give me a second. Anyways, you can manipulate how you change variables in memory. Like if I specifically, right now it's setting the value of 408,000 to this source address. Can I change that manually? No, it's not gonna let me. But for example, I wanted to manually change that value, I could. If I wanted to open this game in Notepad and just write random data to it, I could also do it that way. Hey Alexis, good to see you too. Kang's all here this time. Yeah, it is pretty fun. I'm explaining kind of how corruptions work, and I don't know how good of a job I'm doing here. If you happen to be around when I do my NAS or PBA or any of those, hit me up and I'll do a detailed explanation. The tools in Ares mod, it's not as easy to explain. But in real-time corruptor, you can just point at stuff and be like, this is what you're doing. Anyways, let's start fresh here. We're gonna do a new corruption. We have what seems like an atomic explosion. God. Hey, I'm in second place. Okay, cool, I appreciate it. I wasn't sure if that made sense at all. I usually, like I said at the beginning of the stream, try to explain everything I'm doing, and it helps me voice it so I can in the right mindset. So definitely, any of the beginnings of the video will help you get started. I'm going to call this Atomic Bomb and throw it on the stockpile. And we'll try re-rolling that, see if we get a different effect from it. We get a lot of stretchy characters. Can't move. Oh yeah, we can. Map is moving underneath us. No, we're stagnant. Anyway, let's do a fresh corruption here. Hey baby blue forward, good to see ya. No worries, feel free to pop in whenever. I'm finally happy that I got GameCube corruptions working. For a while I was having a little bit of trouble getting this up and running. It's a little bit different than the real-time corruptor, but yeah, I think I'm finally in the right place. And I can finally upload them after the stream, which I'm happy about. Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. I'll let you know, and yeah, feel free to PM me if you need any help at all. I am glad to help out. Need more streamers for corruptions. There's far too little. I think I only know one guy who's Zero Ducks Given, who used to be the Welsh Gamer. He's not bad if you ever want to check him out. This one we have like, you know those cars with like hydraulics? That's what I'm seeing happening here. An insane hydraulics on Waluigi's car here. See, we're gonna re-roll that corruption and see if we get any more like mechanical ones out of that. Yeah, we get like a bunny hop out of it. It's kinda neat. It's like Infinity Bunny Hop. Oh, but it goes backwards! He never streams anywhere, it's so true. I saw his most recent stuff, he was doing some music corruptions, which inspired me to want to do sort of like a music soundtrack. However, yeah, he doesn't stream corruptions very often, it's too bad. I bring Nintendo games. True that! That is a fantastic icebreaker. I'd have to know if they're kind of gamers, otherwise I feel like I'd get a weird look, but yeah, I might use that one. Thank you for the heads up on that. Anyways, let's throw this on the stockpile. I dig it. We'll call it Bunny Hop. Getting the honeys. You know it. I don't think I haven't shared my stream with anyone. Probably should. It's worth seeing what I do for 3 or 4 hours at the end of the day, every day. I try to stream, if you guys didn't know, I try to stream every day if possible. I enjoy it. It's a nice like wind down to the end of the day, and I enjoy it. Like, nothing makes me happier than seeing this golden sky and Waluigi and Bowser having fun in this world. Let's try messing with the starting address a little bit more. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to home. We want to be careful with the starting address though. If we bring it all the way down to 0, we could mess with how the game starts up boots, so we don't want to go too far close to 0. But we're gonna risk it a little bit, because we get some nice looking corruptions like this one when we mess with internal functions. That's actually a good point. If they know video games but they've never been introduced to the magical world of game corruptions, then I can be a good gateway. And it is a magical world. It's seeing games that you've never seen before, played in ways that it's never meant to be played. It's beautiful, I love it. I find beauty in chaos. Nice flashy wall here. Also, heads up if anyone is sensitive to bright flashing lights. The entire stream, unfortunately, I will have bright flashing lights, so I forewarn anyone, if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, to not watch the stream. This is a forewarning. A hard NES game? You know, that would not be a bad idea at all. That would actually be, what would you call that? Like a, so this sounds terrible, let me move on to the next one here. To become a true adult, it's like a test. What is happening here? Exit exam out of adolescence. And we all had to do it. Let me restart this one. Just getting Finny slapped. Alright. Finite rite passage. That's a good way to put it. Ghosts and goblins? Psh. Sounds like I'm a Ghostbuster. Okay, in this case, the other cars don't know how to drive. You may... Well, hey, it gives you more reason to play those harder NES games. I don't think I've beat a lot of NES games. I know I beat one or two here or there. It's a question on whether you get to use save states or not. Oh man, look at this one. This one's stretchy car. It actually kind of looks like one of those, the centipede creature. What are those guys called? A certain name for that centipede guy. Very frustrating. I know arcade cabinets I always had trouble with when I was a kid. That one you had trouble because you had to pay quarters for it, so, you know, there's a sunken cost investment. I actually kind of like the cars like this. It poses more of a challenge. We'll call it, gridlock? No, it's not really gridlock. That's when the cars are all locked up. We'll call it, abandoned vehicles. I hope I spelled that correctly. Let's re-roll that one to see if we get any other effects with this, guys. I miss arcade cabinets so much. You know, I highly recommend. I just checked this out, and it's amazing. I unfortunately can't run it on my computer. As soon as I get back home, I am going to play the hell out of this. Let me pull up here. Yeah, need a win. Check out this if you guys get a sec. MUVR. It's supposed to be... I don't know if you have a VR headset or not. I have a VR headset back home. I don't use it very often though. It's also you can play it in 2D. But it's supposed to recapture that sort of childhood room, the CRTV, the old game systems. It has a nice aesthetic to it that I'm really starting to dig. It's still in development, and I believe it's open source. They have a Discord link. It's a very cool platform. I am looking forward to that. I might even stream it when I get back home. And what I was thinking about, and I'm not sure about this yet, but I want to see if I can do corruptions in that environment. I mean, how cool that would be. You're in a room, you're like pre-made corruption room, and you do corruptions there. I love it. Neon Retro Arcade. I also know there's like a... Oh, Wasabi knows the name of it, but you might not be here right now. You actually don't need a VR headset, so you can do it just in 2D. It's Unity based, so you can run it without VR, which is neat. Gave it a try on this laptop and it worked. It was very, very slow, but it still worked. A little hard to set up though. Neon Retro Arcade. Yeah, VR game. That's kind of cool. I know there's one, I think it was Anarchy Arcade. Had a similar concept. Either way, I love games like that try to recapture not only the games themselves, but like the aesthetic of being there playing the game. It's very neat. I give more power to anyone who decides to do work for that. Okay, this one you just fall off a cliff. No, that one fell off the cliff, but it kept driving. Alright. That's neat. Okay. Track mode demos. Okay, I dig that. I'll have to check that out. Let me make a quick note of it. It was Neon Retro Arcade. So that sounds awful. Let me roll this corruption. And Neon Retro Arcade. Thank you for the heads up. Should I call you Alexis? L-E-L-X Ellis. I call you Alexis? Is that a decent name to call? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it wrong or not. Thank you for the heads up on that. Or Alex? Or Ellis? Not sure. I'm awful with names. Let's reroll this one. Alex, okay, cool. I think I watched a couple of your pinball streams, which are pretty awesome. Audio equipment. So, right now I'm currently in college, so I don't have a lot. I live in a different state than where I go to school, and traveling is a nuisance, and I wish I could bring my desktop. Back home I have a GTX 1070 with an i7, clocked at 4.2, so I have a nice setup back home, and I have a Blue Yeti mic, you know, nice audio setup back there. Unfortunately, when I'm in college, it just sounds terrible. I'm using a webcam mic, and I hate it. But as soon as I'm back home, which I'm going back home around mid-November, I'm going to be back at my nice setup, nice, you know, music. I'm sorry, not nice music. Nice audio setup, all that kind of stuff. That's bullshit. Well, hey, it's good to record it, though. That's the nice thing about that is, if you actually do run into a problem with the function in the game, you can always report that, which is neat. Voice meter. You know, I've heard of that before, but I don't know specifically what it is. Yeah, I have a Yeti. I love the Yeti. It's cheap. I don't have to worry about, you know, buying a super expensive mic. It works for what I need. I'm happy with it. Also, I think... Oh, you had a pretty nice mic. I saw on the stream, I believe. I'm just playing this now. I'm not even paying attention to the corruptions. Let's reroll here. Let's mess with the starting address a little bit. Okay, yeah, let's check that out. Yeah, feel free to link that if you ever get a chance. I'll pull that up after the stream. I'm interested to see how that works. Voice meter. I remember, it's kind of like a, you can mess with specifically how your voice gets sent to the application. You know, I might take it with me this time around because it's never been that important to me to have a good mic, because I usually just talk to Discord buddies and that's about it. Now that I'm streaming every single day, I think it's more important for me to have a good audio setup. And I know right now it sounds poor, to be honest. Yeah, I would like to at least bring that with me. I'll see if I can have a nice case or a nice way to send it over. I won't send it through like UPS or anything like that. I've had bad experiences with that. It's a Sound Blaster card. That is old school. Oh, what's going on here? I understand that though. Because old tech is actually pretty awesome. Or kind of just like locked in place. They're going backwards. Just doing loops. Oh, look at Luigi's face! Baby Luigi, what is this? This totem, this atrocity! The baby carriage. Jesus. We are too far, I think, from the starting address. Let me dial it back a little bit. And down there, we'll bring the intensity up a tiny bit. Let's see how that rolls. No audio from this. And you just get to hear my webcam mic. Go a little bit closer. I'm approaching crash territory, but I'm just curious about what's over here. Haha, I called it too soon. I should have knocked on wood. There's crash. Synthesizer. That sounds important. It sounds very important. Whenever we crash, we have to take a sec to reopen Dolphin and reload the emulation. So it takes just a sec here. And then we have to make sure that the stream captures. And there we go, we're good to go. And we can reload the save here. There we go. Voice meter. Okay, I will definitely, I'm gonna write that down. I have Neon, Retro Arcade, and now I'm going to look up the voice meter. Thank you for these suggestions, very helpful. I won't look at it yet because I don't know if you can improve my webcam mic very much, but I will definitely keep that in mind as soon as I get home. I also like to just get at least either another laptop or figure out a nice way of bringing. So look, I'm controlling Luigi. A nice way of setting my desktop over. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate that as well. Get Luigi. Luigi, I should say. Oh boy. And it's so broken. There's so much wrong with this. Earlier I was just... Also, did we mess with the colors? Bowser looks different. I was just doing the menu corruptions. Oh man, look at that. It's real love power right there. Just the menu corruptions. They weren't producing that many interesting results, so I was like, shoot, I might not actually get too much out of the stream, but... Oh, the game itself, like when you actually start playing it, there are some great corruptions out of this. Really, any of this address that you can mess with, you get some interesting results from it. That's a tricky thing with 3D corruptions. You usually have to find the sweet spot. Powerpuff Girl hearts. Oh yeah, amen to that. And I haven't seen Powerpuff Girls since I was a very young kid. Speaking of which, I mean, I know a friend of mine, he archives all the old Cartoon Network shows. He just loves reliving that nostalgia. I gotta do that too. I gotta relive some of that. There's some gems in there. So when we no-clipped off the edge, bring the starting dress up a little bit, and the intensity up a little bit. That's a good way to put it. Now, I don't want the music going. I want the music to be there. Hacks are fun. If you use the real-time corruption, you get a lot more hacks. Life is Strange. You know, I've never actually played Life is Strange, and I need to play it. I saw you mention that you were trying to corrupt that on your last stream. Is that PC only, or is that system as well? Oh, this one we're just a pipe. I tried corrupting Stardew Valley, which didn't go over so well, and I know it's possible. You can still... Also, thank you to the PM, I just saw that. I know you can still corrupt executable files, but it's... Oh man, there's some interesting corruptions here. It's very tricky because you have to use Cheat Engine itself, and it's a lot of playing around. I tried it with Stardew Valley, like I said. That stream's available if you check that out. It didn't go over so well. I didn't get too many interesting effects. I want to hone my Cheat Engine ability. It's on several platforms. Okay, so if you could edit on a easily corruptible platform, then you may be able to do... Oh, we'll get some luck with it. I'd have to look into that some more. You turn from Mario Kart to Robotron. Amen. Oh man, Robotron. Now I'm having all these nostalgic memories from movies and shows from when I was a kid. We got the hops again. I see. Also, what is that car? It's just the chassis. That. Some really happy music playing with this. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, I don't remember the name of the song though. I know a song that fit perfectly with this. Shoot. Oh, it's actually on a glitch demo disc. That's actually kind of exciting. How badly was it glitched? We got upside down again. Force code. That's a model. That's his head. Oh my god, that's his head. He looks like... What's that one dinosaur with like the... Well, that. There's also some lizards that have it. You know, that's kind of cool. I would dig a CD like that. Did you save it? Oh look, there's his teeth. There's his teethies. Did you know if it was supposed to sound like that originally, or like did you play it years later and like realized, you know, it's not that horrifying as I thought it was? I love music corruptions. Oh, his head's just straight up upside down. Okay, that's kind of neat. I love music corruptions and I love shadow corruptions. Those are my two favorite ones. As much as I can reproduce those, I can. And creepy synth ones are pretty awesome. I would have loved to have heard how that sounded. Alright, let's do a fresh corruption here. Also, I feel like, you know, let's change... No, I need to make a new save state if I change. Change map, so we'll keep it on this one. Oh, game was corruption. Well, I am sorry you had that nightmare fuel-inducing experience. However, probably prepared you for other horror games in a good way. You know, horror games. That would be an interesting thing to corrupt. I personally don't like a lot of horror. I can't watch horror movies, can't stand them. Usually I can't play horror games, because I haven't played a lot of them, but I've been, you know, winding into it because it's still a game, and I'm going to call myself a game dev. I don't produce a lot of games, but I'm in school for game development. We had an unavailable exception. Fix that. I'm in school for development, so I should appreciate all genres, and I'm trying to go back into horror a little bit more, and I'm enjoying it. I just watched Silent Hill 2. I've been playing, I am playing it. Jeez. I'd like to see how Silent Hill 2 would corrupt. I should look into that. That would be a PlayStation corruption, just doable. You can still do that with the real-time corrupter. Yeah. We're driving a boat in this one. Your hands in Sorcerer's Stone? That's a neat one. Bully, you played Sorcerer's Stone, didn't you? On stream. I played Chamber of Secrets recently, which I like Chamber of Secrets. That holds up, I think, fairly well. To, you know, modern, like, you know, graphics don't stand to modern or anything like that, but I think it still plays well, given the hardware limitations of the GameCube, PlayStation, and whatnot. However, Sorcerer's Stone is just... it is a gift, to put it lightly. And if you can, as soon as you see Hagrid, screenshot that man's face. Wow, look at the controls on this. Oh boy. I have no control over the cards. Let's throw this on the stockpile. No control. Oh, we're in the sky now. That's cool. Houses falling off. Let's try re-rolling that one. Okay, so horrible. We're just gonna overtack all the engines. Oh, it's gonna blow out. Oh wow, look! It actually blew out! Just Waluigi. What is this? It's like a mixture of Waluigi and Bowser mixed together. Their heads are like sprouting out, covering the screen. This is just disturbing. Oh my god. Anyone else? Look at Yoshi! We're all like this! Oh my god! His scream! Look at him! I love it! Oh, I'm sorry for your back. Oh, there's Peach. And Daisy! Oh, it's so bad! Wario, no! Ooh. It's like Big Head mode with GoldenEye, but much more horrifying. How's Yuji? Okay, this one has, excuse me, some pop-in hydraulics. Look at that. Either that or Bowser's just really happy and he's making the whole entire part shake. Pop-in hydraulics. There we go. That's the name for the stockpile. Amen! I was gonna say, that's why I picked the lowrider. You're right there, baby Mario. Waluigi, stop! We're going into the vortex? No. Okay, we stopped. Waluigi. Said Waluigi. Waluigi. Someone who pronounced it like that. Was it Prozidi? He's having a real good time. He's OG. Bravo. I can't clap because the caps lock. Might push the talk button. Okay. That's just gone in this case. Whatever Waluigi's having. Yeah, he is having some very... Oh, I don't know what I can say on stream. He's having some very good stuff. Some good Capri Sun. Alright, let's try messing with the star dress some more. We will bring it... I want to bring it down, but I don't want to go in crash territory. We'll bring it up a little bit. To like 444,000. Hang in the 90s. Oh, no, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Rich, don't worry. That's right, this was actually where kind of the sound territory was. Right? It kinda had like an 8-bit soundtrack to it. Ah, crash territory. Shoot. I risked it. I risked it. It's not saying risked. My, my voice is dry from talking all day. Give me a second. It's just a moment to restart. The worrisome part is getting OBS to capture the window, which it doesn't like doing most of the time. There we go. Okay. An interesting map texture. Also, is Diddy doing something weird? No, he's normal. Tracer Revolution. I've never played that. Yeah, you're familiar with it. If you ever try doing Dolphin, see, it would be okay if Dolphin didn't display the performance stats for the game in the window title. Like I have an FPS, a VPS, and a percentage readout on my window title, which I guess is useful. But if I wanted to read out, I would just put it on the overlay. So as I'm trying to capture that window, and I'm trying to match the window title, FPS changes and I can't capture the window anymore, so it's so ridiculous. Loading screens, there was a Galaga minigame at the time. Oh, was there really? Okay. I absolutely love loading screens that have games in them. Anything that's like has interaction for the loading screen, they're fantastic. You guys are familiar with Nikki Jakey? Kind of an odd name, but cool YouTuber. He has a video on loading screens and like how minigames are fantastic and everything like that. I was trying to stream a 3.1 Teeny Bopper girls dating game. A, good luck trying to get that to stream, and B, have you played it? How did that go over? I've never actually heard of that before. We just didn't like the game. It sucks when it doesn't like the game. Old school dating game. You know, I didn't even know that old school dating games existed. Kind of sounds interesting. It's a trash game anyway. Alright. I would say my old school dating game would be like Harvest Moon, if you guys have ever played that. And I love me some Harvest Moon. If I had to pick a favorite game, it's gonna be one of the ones from the Harvest Moon series, at least. That's an interesting one. Like, you might not want to play it outright. It's a farming game from, I guess, on surface value, but got some neat stuff to it. Kenzie & Co. I might check that out. I'll make a note stream for it. Also, this screen. There's Diddy. Diddy is not amused. Try re-rolling that one. I will gladly look up for cringe and 90s vomit. It will sound amazing to me. Okay, not too much out of this, just some bad stretching on the video. Well, props for achievement hunting. It's too bad it has to be with an ironic game. Because if you want to be like, hey, I got 100% of this game, and they're like, oh, what game? Well, you know, some eyes wide shut kind of gameplay there. But there's that controversy about that. I forget what the final ruling was, though. I don't think they did end up ending them all. There's some workaround for it. Oh, full nudity's allowed, alright. Definitely some questionable titles on that Steam market I remember from the past. Sure, there's a little bit of purging, though. Okay. Let us try doing a very high intensity. Like 70,000. Oh, Nightbot. What? Okay. I'm gonna ban Nightbot. I gotta figure that out. Wasabi actually had trouble with Nightbot as well, and we just figured out. Yeah, I guess he did. I don't know why. Did you do all caps? I think that's one of the rules I have set up, which I don't really like all that much. I gotta turn off Nightbot. Plus, Twitch had an update, so now you get uptime, and that was really my only reason for having Nightbot. Was just uptime. I don't really have it for anything else. Let's corrupt Nightbot. That sounds... Man, that sounds fun, actually. Even a Discord bot, that would be kind of interesting. Because you can manipulate the data for the Discord bot. Oh, that's some sound corruptions. Yeah, that'd be a fun corruption. Okay, lots of audio around here. Let's put it up a little bit. Yes, the disco tracks. Mario. Oh my god! Sorry, that just burst right in my ear. I have stream audio much quieter for you guys, but that was deafening. God! What even is this? What? Oh. I'm just gonna write first beginning. Try re-rolling that. Okay, that's more reasonable. That's not summoning Satan. That's this is serving to look at. Oh, and it died. All right, there we go. The sun and the sun and moon. Exploding from every single pore. Yeah, Luigi or Waluigi and Bowser both. There we go again. Every item box is ours. All of the item boxes. Oh. Yeah, YouTube. Man, I haven't seen those videos in a very long time. Also, what's the beginning of this one? What was up with Bowser's shell? Yeah, look at that shell. Oh. Yeah. Newgrounds, ready to sauce. Newgrounds games were quality back in the game. Flash games were very important from my childhood. Just that wooden structure over here, I don't like it. It's at the top of that. You're joking. See, you have to wonder what the Newgrounds devs thought. They saw that and they're just like, you know what? Do we moderate it? Do we care? Is this what we are? And eventually, yeah, that is absolutely what they became. So, are we? Is this posing? Is this what that is? It's not really. That's true. And a lot of people got some very great starts for animation careers and, you know, careers through Newgrounds, so it was definitely a good platform for that type of creative media. Some people, I mean, they became game devs off that for some of those Flash games. So this is just beautiful, it's like a ballet. Oh boy. I know Oni, and did he start on Newgrounds? I didn't know that. I know Igor after, I didn't know he started there either. Look at that, fantastic origins. Also, is this, what is this? What are we seeing? What are these shapes? I don't like it. I haven't seen Oni video in forever either. I know he's still doing it though. I remember his Sprinkle subscriber specials, which are always fantastic. So it looks like we're driving into the void. What's that one game? It was like all limbo. Ooh. Some Morse code in there. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, we went off the edge. He's killing us. Please, please make it the suffering end. Okay, this just looks neat in general. Creepypastas. Oh man. Have you guys ever read SCP at all? I love SCP. I transitioned from creepypastas to SCP and I never looked back. Oh, right. SCP came into that. I love SCP. I love you just get in the right mood to read them, and they're so well done most of the time, except for the trash ones. The trash, like, specific joke posts, I should say. Good literature there. Oh, Lakitu! I gotta head out. This has been most fun for a while. You're so favorite tech support. Bring your Yeti back with you. I know. I really gotta. My quality, I know, is so bad. More viewers. I will catch you later. I'll catch some of your streams. I gotta add you to my auto host list. Same goes for you, Alex. But yeah, I'll see you. Thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Oh, there's a flashing one. I was waiting for a flashing screen to come up. There's one. That's why I cannot have most people watch my streams. Or anyone that's sensitive to flashing screens. Oh, we get stuck in. What is he doing? Got a flippy wheel. got Alone in the Dark 1, 2, and 3 in the reboot. I've never played Alone in the Dark. Other DOS games. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Well, I hope your back gets back soon. That's a bad word for it. I hope your back gets better soon. A, because you get to stream, which is always a nice leisurely activity, and B, because having your back out sucks, man. I apologize about that. 60 FPS. That is a very nice perk for a DOS game. Also, this item box feels like Willy Wonka candies with like a lot of colors on them. The item box kind of looks like that. No, I love this. I didn't expect this to do so well. I was beginning to give up on my GameCube corruptions for a little while. I did oh, now they're both gone. I love when Lakitu just dips you beneath the ground. You just keep drowning you. I did some Luigi's Mansion corruptions, which went very well. It was just the intro scene, and I highly enjoyed it. It was fantastic. However, the way the Windows Glitch Harvester works, which is the corruptor I'm using for this, is save states are a little tricky, and I don't like how it works, and which it's still in beta, so I understand. But I lost a lot of the stockpiles I created. I think I lost 3 stockpiles, and I was unhappy, and I was like, you know what? The results of this just aren't going well. I don't think I'm going to do too many more GameCube corruptions. For this, could be better. I think it just depends on the game, really. Okay, these are some, like, next level, Michael Bay level camera effects. We'll do a Michael Bay camera. I'm happy with the results now. They're restored. It's absolutely restored, and I just gotta be careful with the corruptions I was doing. I was doing too close to the starting address. Okay. All the controls are messed up too. It takes a lot of tender little care in order to get them right. That's how I'll do that. The results are fantastic when you get them working. Couldn't be happier with this one. Husband is fishing around, yeah. This one just has an FPS drop. We're gonna skip that one. We just explode? We just exploded. Oh, I hope it happens again. We're gonna hit the ground? Yes! You explode when you make contact with the concrete. And Wario in the background. Yeah, I'm happy with that too. I think it's because if we look at the starting address here, it's like in this range that the music starts messing up. So I might do some music corruptions, but at the moment I'm happy that we're just sticking around with some model corruptions. We're gonna do floor is C4 because it rhymes. Usually with my corruptions, I put notes describing what I actually mean with the naming convention because I'm not too good with naming. But unfortunately, you can't put notes with the Windows Glitch Harvester, so in order to understand what these are, you gotta quickly run through the stream and see what the names are, why they named that. Actually, and I want to re-roll the last one. Let's select it again. Floor C4, re-roll. Some kind of thing going on. Yeah, that is a good way to look at it. It is a very successful corruption if you change how the game even plays, but yeah, if it's a new game genre, you have done good. Also, look at the map! They're all flipping around! Oh man. Alright, let's do a fresh corruption. Oh, what's it, let's hear? I'm doing a high intensity, so it takes a little bit in between each corruption. You can tell I'm starting to get tired. A bit of shoot for. 2 hours and 30 minutes, that's not too bad. Mad Max Kart. Double Dash. I like the name of that. Bowser has no head again. Or he does have a head, it's reaching Mach 5. Oh, there it is. Oh boy. And into the ground we go. Thank you, Lakitu. I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh man. I think that's the final screw you from Lakitu. He just puts you into the ground. Like a stretchy hallway effect on this one. Okay, looking. Yeah, his head's stretched out. No music. Or car sound effects. If you want to feel an engineer, I don't do very well at describing my GameCube corruptions, but my NES corruptions, my Game Boy Advance, and my Game Boy corruptions, I will go so much in depth that you're going to feel like a computer scientist afterwards. Because I'm using some of my computer science degree in understanding how memory addressing works and all that kind of stuff. And it's fun to explain it because then it deepens my understanding, it helps other people understand it a little bit, and they can try out corruptions. I highly enjoyed those corruptions. These ones are also very enjoyable because they look fantastic, like Waluigi's car doing a barrel roll. It's just hilarious to look at. Unfortunately, with the Windows Glitch Harvester, is you don't have a lot of stuff to explain. Like, I can say, well, this is the intensity that we're applying, this is the memory address we're putting it at, and that's about it, and we have save states here. Oh yeah, exactly, you can totally know what that means. You're like, okay, I know that's an error code, probably in hexadecimal. Also, God, what was happening there? Probably in hexadecimal. You can look up that error message, and you can diagnose it a little bit further. Whole sky effect, look at that. Like night and day. Yeah, they're more on the technical side. I know some people do corruptions differently. Some people just display the emulation itself, and they do all this behind-the-scenes stuff away from the viewers, and I completely understand it. I usually haven't been doing it a lot this stream. I do what's called sanitize my corruptions. If we pull up this corruption we're looking at right now, these are all the memory writes that we create to make this corruption happen. And a lot of these do nothing. This one right here does absolutely nothing to the game. It's pointless. So we can disable that and remove it from the corruption. Now if we load it again, it looks exactly the same. Now we don't have that useless memory write, and we have a more stable version of the corruption that we're looking for. And I'm going to do that in my NES corruptions, my Game Boy Color corruptions, because I want just a single component that I like. With GameCube, I mean, we have 4,000 different corruptions here. It would take me forever to narrow down specifically what's happening. So I don't. I just kind of let chaos remain as is. I'll get more on the technical side with the SNES corruptions, the NES corruptions, because you can. They're smaller games. I think this was like 0.4 gigabytes, whereas I did Harry Potter. Ooh, that's a cool one. I did Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on the GBA, and that's, I don't know, a kilobyte. Hitting A makes them scream. Awesome, look forward to seeing you guys. I hope you and Bull both are able to stop by that one. I'll go well into depth so you guys get an understanding of what's going on. I hope Bull also gives it a try. If you ever feel like doing corruptions, feel free to hit me up. A little tricky to get started, but once you get started, it's fun to do. At least on stream. I don't know if I would be doing this outside of the stream. I really enjoy doing it in front of an audience. Also, look at his legs and arms. I love it. It's like Bowser's a dancer. I love doing this in front of an audience. And also, it's nice because I'm making a stockpile, so there is a final product if I want to give that to someone and be like, oh hey, I spent 4 hours making this. It's a nice result in the end. As opposed to if I was just working on this for 4 hours and in the end I had like corruptions. How's this show off? Yeah, oh my god, they're like getting more and more stretched out. Like, this is Waluigi's Harbor? Those are his shoes, I think, are stretched out now. This is the ideal human form. This is the most aerodynamic vehicle Mario Kart has ever seen. Waluigi can manipulate the weight of the cart to drag it in the direction that he so chooses, for hairline precision. The flex. Oh man. We'll throw this on the stockpile. We'll call it stretchy models. Oh, tiny stretchy models. Yeah, he was. He's got those aerials down. And the item boxes are reaching into infinity. Let's try rerolling this one. Oh, my controls are backwards. It sounds like I just had the brake on infinity. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Is that Birdo? Who's on the fourth, third, second, first? I don't know whose model is gigantic there. Toadette? No, Toadette's not in this game. Or Birdo. I think it's pink other than Peach, I can remember. God. Oh, we have a visual glitch going on. Stop there, though. Okay. I love it. We are a canoe! A canoe! Luigi, advanced boating. Boating, is that the actual word for the car? You can see the inside of the car! Oh, this is prime. Okay, I will see you later, Alex. Good, thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. I will keep it. I hope your back gets better, man. Especially so you can A stream and B X are the worst. They're out. But thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, I will. Have very much good luck. I'm immediately throwing this one on the stockpile. We're calling it Waluigi the Canoe. I'm so happy with the results of that one. Let's try re-rolling this one. Oh, this one's also fantastic. No sound though. Ooh, wait. What are these other carts? Give me a good look at those. I saw Daisy looks like a or not a T-Rex, dinosaur with like a weird thing. Oh man, look at these things. These atrocities. What have I created? What have I done? These cards didn't ask to be born. I didn't want to come into this world like this. Throw this on the stockpile. We'll call this a long rider. And we will re-roll. I want to re-roll the new one again. Okay, lots of crashes there, so we won't re-roll it too much. Let's do. Let's try music now. Go up here and listen to music. I should say sound. It's probably gonna be deafening. Ooh. This kind of vehicle going on again. It's a boat effect to it. They're all slowly being poured towards my gravitation. Good stuff. Okay, that's some, like, neat-looking limbo. Look at that! This is like the subway. It's not. Oh, I like this, alright. There are walls still? There's not. Okay, alright. I am interested. So I'm not moving. Oh, I'm not moving. Okay, so there are walls. Very neat. Blast the target again. There are still models in this later half of the starting address. Which is interesting. I didn't think there was anything out here. Let's dial it back a little bit. Yeah, I think this is actually world stuff, because we're messing with the world a lot, along with the models. Messing with the world a whole lot. Let's bring it down even further. I want to see just the limitation of this sort of world-looking corruptions. Yeah, okay, cool. So we determined where the world is stored, put it simply. It's in this latter half, I think, after the music corruptions. The sound card. The sound memory. These don't have sound cards. GameCubes don't. Or not in the sense of like the SNES and stuff like that do. Like square wheels. Very neat. Alright, let me quickly save the stockpile. We're gonna call this Mario Kart stockpile 2, 1, the last one 0. I'm gonna do a real quick rundown of all the ones that we created for the stream, and then we'll call it for the night. Find someone else after this fun. Quick, from the top we have Keep Up with Wario, which is the first corruption in the evening. For this one, if you drive forward a little bit, this is the beginning of it all. We saw an interesting Wario corruption, and little did we know how interesting this was going to get. Praise Wario. You know, I might remove this one, however it was the first one. But it doesn't seem to have a constant effect. Let's remove this one. Too bad it was the first one. But the next one we have kneecappers. You never really know what's in store when you start off. Like this, we ran into kneecappers a lot. And it's just got even more funnier as we went. But this one, you can see the wheel has sort of a kneecapper effect to it. We have 2 road needs repaving. I'm not sure which one was the correct one. This one's like an ascension. As is this one. Well, this first one was, I think, one that we cleaned up. So we're going to remove the first one. So here, we have road needs repaving. That's not the actual name of this. This is Ascension. I'm going to rename it. Ascension. There we go. And you hit A to ascend. And everyone ascends with us. We have the Mario Kart beta, which also, I'm going to re-roll this a couple times. I wanted that effect back, and I lost it, unfortunately. This is kind of what I'm looking for. I want to see if I can get a less messed up version. Maybe I can use this in the blast editor real quick, because it was a neat looking like effect that we had going on, but unfortunately we lost it. Yeah, I just want the world, so I guess this is okay. Not that. Oh shoot, we lost it. Okay. Let's re-roll instead. So that was Mario Kart beta. Oh, if we get the driving to work, this looks better. Let's try this. Blast editor. And disable half. Execute. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. This is why I don't like sanitizing these corruptions, because it's hard to narrow down exactly what's going on. Yeah, shoot. Let us... Mario Kart Beta, that was this one. Or one more reroll. 2 more rerolls. That was another exploding one. Oh, did we mess up Ascension? We did. This is now Mario. Oh, I don't understand this. This is where I'm a little lost on how the harvester works, because a second ago this was fine. And now it is. Okay. I do not understand. Inject on selects. We're only injecting into the current running emulation. Okay. I should not call this Mario Kart Beta then, because this is not beta. I'm gonna call this... shoot. This is kind of that 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. We'll rename it that. Name item. Just call it Cursed Speed. I'm happy enough with that. These are speedy, and it's cursed. Let's try now shape, which was just a very messed up shape-looking corruption. We also had Katamari as another name for this, which I actually almost like better, but I'm gonna keep it. Actually, let's change it. Why not? It was suggested by Paul, who's currently not here, but I'm still gonna keep it. Katamari Desu. It's Katamari. Some nice sound effects to accompany this renaming convention. Oh, I spelled it. There we go. We have item box minefield, which also does not work right now. Shoot. Oh, because we didn't inject. Here, let's inject properly. There we go. That is the correct effect we're looking for. Infinite item box. We have upside down world. World's upside down, so drivable, so it works. Also just upside down. We have atomic bomb. It looks like just an atomic bomb went off. Lots of explosions, infinite explosions. Very interesting. We have multiple selected. We have bunny hop here, where we'll bunny hop forward, and that's just how you drive. You just bunny hop everywhere. We have abandoned vehicles, where this isn't much of a corruption. There are some visual things going on, which I didn't want to eliminate, but essentially all the cars on the road look abandoned. They're just not moving. They're in place. They're kind of just stuck there. We have no control. Going here, where you just don't have any control over the vehicle. It just kind of goes wherever. It smashes them inside of that. Wow, look at us. We're vibrating. Alright. Then we have bump and hydraulics, where we just got some neat hydraulics. Like I should play Lowrider to this. Had to think of the song name there. We have Cursed Beginning. It's a very cursed start to the game there. We have Michael Bay camera. Camera effects provided by Michael Bay. We have the floor is C4, wherever you land, you explode, so we have to take a sec here, but once we land. Constant explosion when you hit the ground. And we have stretchy models, where the models of Mario and Waluigi slowly stretch out. We're not going to spend too long doing that, but you can see them, they'll swap. And when they swap there, you can see right here actually. Oh, unless you take my item box. Shoot. Then we have Waluigi is a canoe. The model for Waluigi has become a canoe. It's at least his car, I should say. Bowser is the stern of this canoe, or ship I should say. Stern? Oh, that's not the right word. Bow. The bow of the ship. And lastly, we have Long Rider, where Luigi drives his Long Rider. It's beautiful, it's glorious. Alright, that is our corruption stream for the evening. Let me pull up some music here. I gotta think of some music now. I am awful coming up with some music at the end of the stream. Let's do, I always resort to Animal Crossing, but I just love the Animal Crossing New Leaf soundtrack. Let's pull up that soundtrack. We'll do like 4 AM. Why does it still say there's sound? Let me stop that emulation. There we go. Okay. Well, let me turn that down a tiny bit. Thank you for those of whom were able to stop by and are still here. Thank you for those of whom who stopped by who had to go to bed because it's late. I should be in bed right now too. Midnight here. That was a very fun stream. I didn't expect such amazing results with GameCube corruptions. Like I said previously, I was kind of giving up on GameCube corruptions, but this has reopened my eyes. I will be doing more GameCube corruptions in the future. I was very happy with these results. And yeah, fun stream. This will be a stockpile for this will be available. However, forewarning, I advise a plethora of knowledge in corrupting GameCube games in order to get the stockpile working. I think I'm providing all the necessary materials to get this stockpile working. If I'm not, DM me and let me know, because I don't actually know. I haven't tried loading someone else's stockpile in this sense, because no one else uploads their stockpiles. But you'll be able to download it on the YouTube video after this is uploaded. So feel free to do so. And yeah, let's find someone to host. We're gonna pull up someone in retro, because I love the retro category. I also love the Dwarf Fortress category. A little love to both, but I'm feeling retro tonight. I'm not picky, but I do take a while to. Looks like I played Silent Hill. No, it's not. Okay. I want to watch it as well. Whenever the other guy's streaming or the other girl is streaming. I find something I'm interested in watching right now. So it takes me a little bit. Let's check out Dwarf Fortress. I'm curious if anyone's on right now. I'm a huge Dwarf Fortress fan. I'm not very good at the game, but I love watching everything Dwarf Fortress. It's a wonderful game. Okay, I see a guy. Let's host this guy. Alright, thanks again, once again, to everybody. Hope everyone has a great evening. I will see you all in the next one.